All right, good Monday evening, everyone. I'm Fox 19 Now First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart with a quick check of the forecast here in the 7:15 weather show on a Monday. No case of the miserable Mondays, but it's definitely summer again. We had a little pumpkin spice preview round out there a couple weeks ago. Ever since, it's been trending up, and we have not seen much rainfall at all out there since the first week of September, basically, at the International Airport. We've been, after that first little round of rainfall, we've been dry. We're now running over a half-inch deficit. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you combine that with the high temperatures we've been seeing, about 10 degrees above normal, it really accelerates drought-like conditions, and that's what we've seen here across the area. You can see it right here. Most of the tri-state, at least half of the tri-state, seeing moderate drought-like conditions. That's a brown-shaded area. The rest of the tri-state is abnormally dry. And this is the map we showed you last Thursday. This will get updated again this coming Thursday. It's called the Drought Monitor, right? And with these continued above normal temperatures, this is likely to worsen pretty significantly here by the time we hit Thursday this week, because we do not have any rain opportunities through the entire work week. Our next best chance for any real rainfall is going to be Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of this coming weekend and next week as we work our way into the first couple days of autumn. Here's another new graphic, and this is showing you the percentage of our normal precipitation. So where you want to be is at least at 100%, right? That would be normal. So anything below that, and what you're seeing across the entire tri-state, is below normal. The orange shaded area, that's somewhere between 25 to 50% of normal, so about half of what we should have seen in just the last 30 days or so, or just the month of September, right? If I go and change this, I'm going to change this on the fly here. We're going to go to the last 7 days. You can see the entire tri-state and really much of the Ohio Valley has been bone dry. I mean, that is less than 2% of the normal precipitation for our area. Less than 2% for downtown Cincinnati the last 7 days. We'll extend that to 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, a little bit of relief because we did have that rainfall for the first couple of days there of September. So that brings us back somewhere between about 25 to 50% of our normal, so about half still, or a quarter of our normal precipitation. But this has been conditions that we've been seeing not just the last 14 days, but really the last 60 days or so. If I extend this to 90 real quick, you'll see that we've seen, in most spots a little bit more relief, but the last 60 days at least have been really, really dry. Still less than 100% of the precipitation. Some areas there, especially Adams County, seeing significantly drier conditions, 25 to 50 again. So these have been conditions that have been settling in for a little while. We've had some rain opportunities out there through August, but it really ended the middle of August, and it's been pretty dry ever since. So let's hop back. We'll show you where now, thanks to those continued dry conditions, drought-like conditions settling in, they have issued and started to issue some burn bans, outdoor burn bans across many tri-state communities. None in Ohio. That's the good news there, even though I would probably recommend not burning anything outdoors in Brown, Highland, or Adams counties, because those counties, again, have been very, very dry. But nothing officially from the state of Ohio. Down in northern Kentucky, we have Bracken, Mason, and Robertson counties with a burn ban in effect. And then in southeast Indiana, it's Switzerland, Dearborn, Franklin, and Union counties, all with burn bans currently in effect. Different repercussions forbidding cot burning stuff outside, but please, because it does not take much, please try to, stay away from burning anything outside, any kind of open flames here, the next couple of weeks, because we do not have a lot of rain in the forecast. We're staying dry the entire work week. Next best chance of showers again Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. As we round out summer and head into fall, we are exactly 1 week away from autumn beginning. That is next Monday at 2:19 p.m. Is when fall officially begins. We're at 85 degrees. I mean, it is 7:19. You can see behind me, we're in the golden hour here. Sun sets at 7:46 this evening. So about, let's say 30 minutes from now, sun will be going down, and we're still sitting at 85 degrees. And it is September the 15th, right? Our normal high temperature this time of the year should be around 79. So already 6 degrees above, and we were even warmer. So it was really almost 10 degrees above normal this afternoon earlier. Things are starting to slowly tick down, but by the end of this forecast, by the time we hit Tuesday of next week, our normal temperature, because things really start to drop off in September, normal temperature by the time we hit the end of this forecast is going to be 76 degrees. And our coolest temperature I have for you the next 7 to 10 days is just 79. So we're above normal again the next 10 days. And the rain chances we do have are very minimal. 85 degrees outside, that's where we're at now. Still in the 90s back in southwestern Indiana. And it's all thanks to a big area of high pressure, which is sitting right over top of us. And what that does, high pressure, big blue H, typically we think of that as, happy, right? But it also can mean two other things. It can also mean very hot and very humid sometimes. Right now it's just very hot. It holds in that heat. And it just holds it down like a lid in a pot, and that's what we're seeing outside right now, and it keeps the rain chances away. So they have a big storm rolling off the coast there, the Outer Banks, over towards Norfolk. That is going to cause some coastal issues, some coastal flooding. It is not a tropical system per se, but it's got a lot of moisture with it. Pretty potent system over there. Off to the west, there are some severe storms. Off to the west there near St. Louis, Missouri, and back down into Arkansas. Let me see. I'm going to try to turn those on here. Let's see. So here are the current warnings. Maybe those will turn on. So they got, all the severe thunderstorms have gone away, but they do have flash flooding going on right now in south central Missouri. What you're seeing for our area there is air quality alerts. And they have settled in as well, because when you continue to see these dry conditions, there's no moisture to wash out some of the pollutants. And through all of, let's say, the southern third or so of Indiana, including Ripley, Ohio, and Switzerland counties, we have an air quality alert. I know it says 5:30. That is extended through tomorrow, so late Tuesday night. Don't be surprised if that just keeps on getting extended here through the rest of this work week, because, again, we have very limited opportunities to see any kind of rainfall washing out the atmosphere. Taking a look at the tropics, like I told you, that system off the coast of the Outer Banks is not a tropical system, but we have a good chance here to see our next named system within the next 5 days, probably even within the next, let's say 3 to 4. And that system is currently centered well east of Barbados and the Antilles, Lesser, Greater, right, and San Juan. That system is headed west. We'll keep an eye on it. Still a good chance this could curve north before it impacts the U.S., but if it does develop, this would become Gabrielle. It's our next named system. We just passed 5 days ago, September the 10th, 11th, right in there. That is typically peak Atlantic hurricane season, right? It's when most of the activity happens at that point, and then things start to slowly taper off through late November until the season ends. So we still got half a season to go, and things are starting to pick back up again, with our next named system probably just a couple days away. Let's talk about Cincinnati, because that system likely not going to impact us, even though we could certainly use some of the moisture. Temperatures outside tonight probably not even jacket worthy in most cases. We're back into the mid-60s as you head out the door and sit out there waiting for the bus. 7:21 is the sunrise time. So some of you might still be dark outside as the bus is coming around. If that's the case, be careful out there. 64 degrees tomorrow morning, the low. Warming back up into the mid 80s, mid to upper 80s in most spots. Some areas, can't rule out some 90s. But the one thing that will help us a little bit tomorrow, there will be some more high, thin cloud cover, and that's going to filter some of the sunshine. So it could help to hold those temperatures down just a bit. Off to the east, those clouds are going to be a little bit thicker, and that's why you're seeing those temperatures east of downtown through Wilmington, Hillsborough, and West Union, just a little bit cooler over there. Because that system that's rolling up the Outer Banks, it's going to throw off some of those clouds. That's what we're going to see outside tomorrow. And you'll see it here. We'll talk about the weather timeline in just a second. Let's talk about some more events, because it is a huge week coming up. That's not the Bengals home opener, and don't get me started on that. We've been talking about that a lot. That hurts me. We're not going to talk about that. But Thursday to Sunday is Oktoberfest Cincinnati. Please, I urge you, make sure to mix in plenty of water to your Oktoberfest plans this weekend, because it is going to be hot. It's over at Sawyer Point, so there are some shady spots over there. Find some of those. Enjoy it. High heat, low humidity. So we still have very little humidity. The 89, the 88, so it's going to feel like the upper 80s outside. So low humidity and dry for 75% of Oktoberfest Cincinnati. Our next chance for rain, our next, at least best chance for rain, arrives there on Sunday. This is also the second to last Reds homestand. Thursday to Sunday, Reds are playing a 4-game series with the Cubs each of these days. And then they have another series that picks up next Tuesday. That's the final home series. Barring any kind of playoff series, we'll see, or at least the World Series, right? So we'll keep an eye on that with the Reds. The Reds' chances about as slim as the rain chances out there, at least till Sunday. We'll keep a close eye on both of those things. And also happening as if you need an excuse to get out there and enjoy some of the nice weather we've been experiencing. Let me make this full screen so we can read all the text. How about that? This is happening at the end of the week, and it might be one of the cooler things you get to see out there with the naked eye this year. Right? It's not an eclipse year. We're not going to have another one of those for a lot of years. So a couple of years back, we got to see the eclipse. Now, it's not an eclipse, but it is still pretty cool. You're going to be able to look out this Friday morning, sometime between about 5:20 when the moon comes up over the horizon, a little early, 5:20 to 6:50 before it gets too light outside, because the sunrise is going to be about 7:15, right? 7:20, 7:25, somewhere in there. And sometime between about 6:50 to 7, it's going to get too light to see all of this. But three of our brightest objects in the eastern sky will be there right on top of one another. This is going to be Friday morning. That sunrise is, I even have the time. I don't know why I was trying to guess. 7:23 is the sunrise Friday. So before that, well before that, probably before 7 o'clock, get out there and look off to the east, just above the horizon, and you will see a little tiny crescent moon. Venus, one of our brightest planets out there, and Regulus, one of our brighter stars. They're all going to be off to the east, all right on top of one another. I mean, it's going to look like almost with the naked eye that they're right on top of one another. So check that out. It'll be pretty cool to see out there Friday before sunrise. If not, just get out there and enjoy it, because we'll start off that morning at about 64 degrees, very similar to what we're seeing outside tomorrow. Again, we have mid-60s, a very stagnant forecast until we hit this weekend. And you'll see it here in our weather timeline. Here's tomorrow. We start off here on Wednesday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Getting ahead of myself. This is Wednesday morning. Tomorrow morning, we told you about that, some filtered sunshine thanks to that system off of the east. We'll still hang on to Wednesday afternoon to some of those high, thin clouds outside, filtering the sunshine. That's why Tuesday and Wednesday are both going to be really, really similar. Mid-60s to start. Mid-80s, mid to upper 80s for high temperatures in the afternoon. We dry back out, or say clear back out because we don't have much rain. Thursday, we're clearing back out, partly cloudy skies for day number 1 of Oktoberfest Cincinnati. Day number 2 on Friday, we'll see more clouds thicken. Of course, high school football happening Friday evening. Clouds will start to thicken a bit, but we're still dry. We're not going to see any issues out there for that. That next storm system, that next lousy low swings our way as we head into the weekend, but Saturday, 99.8% of the tri-state's still dry outside, but thicker clouds. And that'll help to hold temperatures down just a few degrees on Saturday. Slimmest of chances for a shower. The next best chances roll in Sunday, and as you can see, not everybody gets wet. We might even stay dry downtown and make it a clean sweep there for the Reds and for Oktoberfest Cincinnati and everything else happening outside this weekend. So we need some rainfall. That's our next best chance. Rain chances continue into Monday. That is the first day of autumn, September the 22nd, and that's our next best chance for rainfall. It's a long ways out. A lot can change. We'll keep an eye on all of that as we work way towards the end of the weekend this weekend. Rainfall totals, not nearly enough. We're running well below normal now for the month. We still have a surplus for the year, but I mean, when you have these several dry weeks and very hot weeks in a row, those drought, conditions settle in very quickly. We need some rain. Hopefully we can get a few spots with a half-inch in there, but that's a lighter green shaded area, but it's going to be more miss than hit. Don't forget, always, as we always tell you, download the First Alert weather app. It's a great app to have. I know it's been kind of boring out there. You haven't had a big use for it, but with outdoor plans ramping up this weekend, a lot of stuff going on this time of the year. We will have more active weather as we round out summer and head into autumn. This is a great app to have because we just haven't. We can have some severe storms this time of the year. I know a lot of people think of spring as the only severe weather season, but fall is just as big sometimes. So don't forget, download our First Alert weather app. Have that handy. You can always check the hour-by-hour forecast or the 10-day forecast on there. We update that ourselves for the area. And, it's not just for here. If you're going on vacation, you can always set that to follow you wherever you're headed, and then you can always get weather information, on the go, too, on the road. So great app to have, and it's a great price. It's free. Not ever going to tell you to buy anything on this 7:15 show. No questions yet there. Let me see if anybody, sorry, I've been kind of neglecting the Facebook section. I've been watching Channel Fox 19 for like 25 years. Great channel. Thank you, Blair. We appreciate that. I've not been here for 25 years. I've been here for exactly about 6 months-ish. So always happy, but I've lived in the tri-state for more than that. all over the place. So if you are going to be out, like I said, through the end of the week this weekend, just a very slim chance for a shower. I'm going to drop Friday's chances. I thought I had updated that, but that'll be a 10% chance. I'll hit that later. Saturday, slim chance. Again, if anybody's going to see any rainfall, it's going to be southeast Indiana on Saturday, at least as it stands now. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are our best chances of rain. Is it going to be a lot? Probably not, unfortunately, because we could use some of that help outside. Thursday, also, Oktoberfest, the Reds, you get caught up in things. We have a big concert over at TQL Stadium, too. 21 Pilots is over at TQL Stadium Thursday evening. So, again, a lot of stuff happening out there. And the good news is the forecast, most of it here is really good. Here's your first 7 days. Oktoberfest, 21 Pilots, Reds, all starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 more Reds games. These are all with the Cubs, varying times. And a spotty chance for some storms there on Sunday. Better chances and our best chance roll in Monday, the first day of autumn. Autumn officially beginning at 2:19 Monday afternoon. And then Tuesday we'll hang on to some showers and storms out there. That is another Red series, and the final one, at least the final home regular season series of the year, of the season there, against the Pirates, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So just 7 home games to go. We'll cool down a little bit, but all those 10 days, they're going to be above normal. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can catch these streams all the time. You can get severe weather information pushed right to the palm of your hand. I'll post some Bengals memes. Yesterday, they were sad ones for obvious reasons. You can check that out. Meteorologist Brad Maushart, that is how you spell my name. On Twitter/X, it is BRAAAD Weather, Brad Maushart. On Instagram, it's Call Me Brad. I should have really just branded this a long time ago as Bad News Brad, and that would have probably just been easy for everybody, but I did not. That would have required previous planning, and I just did not have that foresight. I do for the weather, though. Here's our 10-day forecast again. First 7 days, not a whole lot of rainfall until we hit the latter half of the weekend. Autumn comes in with maybe a better chance for rain. We're needing it. We really need it. 83 outside Monday, 82 Tuesday. We cool down to a chilly 79 degrees. That's it. That's as cool as we're going to get before things tick back up again. Where we should be by the time we hit next Wednesday, 76. So still above normal, if not well above normal through this forecast. So stay cool. Keep that air conditioner cranked. Enjoy the sunshine. Get some of that yard work in if you even have any to do outside of maybe raking up some of those leaves that are falling off early. Get outside. Enjoy it. Enjoy the sunny stretch. Hot, but not humid. Next rain chances roll in Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Enjoy your night, everybody.